Yeah, we got the best chat, the best tunes, the best troll-slaying mods. Like and subscribe for updates and alerts whenever the gentleman's on.
Thank you very much, everybody. I think it's 104 degrees. Is everybody okay? If anyone is not feeling well, come up here. We have plenty of water to share. This is hot out. So I want to thank you all. You know, they just got some very bad news. The worst jobs report in 6.5 years, okay? I don't know if you saw that. 38,000 jobs. It's going the wrong way, folks. They've been kidding themselves. They're playing games. It's going the wrong way. They had a labor participation rate. It fell to 62.6, which is one of the worst in many, many, many years. So we know what we're doing. We're going to turn it around. We're going to make America great again. We're going to bring back our jobs. We're going to bring back our jobs. And we're going to bring them back fast. So you remember the 1237, right? And they said, oh, I don't think Trump will reach it, maybe at the convention. And I said, don't worry about it. We're going to reach it easy. Who would have thought we reached it long before Hillary Clinton? She can't close the deal. She can't close it. She's working hard, and she can't close it with Bernie. Good old Bernie. We love our Bernie, don't we? I'll tell you what a mess she's in. And the people that are with Bernie, they don't want to vote for her. They want to vote for Trump, a lot of them. You saw that poll just came out. Because whether you like Bernie or not, he's right about one thing. Trade is a disaster for our country. That's the one thing he's right about. The trade deals that our country makes are an absolute disaster. Hello, look at all those people over there. This is crazy. Wow. You know, I wish these camera guys would spin it around. They're so dishonest. It's unbelievable. To see in 100 and something degrees out here, to have this number of people. Are we happy to be here? And by the way, on June 7th, you have to get out and vote because, you know, we're setting records. We've already broken the record. In all fairness, we've already broken it. Oh, I like that cap. He's got the same cap I have on. Do you like that, right? Hunters. The NRA, this is the NRA. They gave me the endorsement. You saw that. They're great, great people. Wayne and Chris, they're great people. They gave me the earliest endorsement I think they've ever given to anybody. National Rifle Association, folks. We're going to protect your Second Amendment, believe me. We will protect your Second Amendment. I love you, too. Nice guy over there. Big, strong guy. I love you, Trump, but I love you. So, look, we've had an incredible period of time. June 16th we started, and it's been an amazing ride. All over the world they're talking about it. It's a movement. They say they've never seen anything like it. The biggest crowds of anybody by far. The other night, Bernie had 3,000. I had 17,000. And they said, think of it. And they talked about me. Donald Trump made a speech, blah, blah, blah. Never mentioned the number of people. Then they talked about Bernie. Bernie Sanders had a massive crowd of 3,000 people. It's really, I'll tell you what, the press is so biased against us. But you know what? I really believe we have the numbers. I really believe it. You know, they used to call it the silent majority. Now I think we're going to call it the noisy majority. We're not silent anymore, folks. We're not silent. And did you see last night in San Jose, we had an amazing packed crowd. It was packed. And it was incredible. And they had the basketball game on, which is, you know, that area, the San Francisco game. And we had some crowd. It was absolutely incredible. And it was a love fest inside, no problems whatsoever. We went on, we spoke, we had a good time for an hour. I said, I want to get you guys out to see, so you can see the San Francisco team, right? The Warriors, who won. But I wanted to get them out. They said, no, we don't want to get out. We want to stay. We had just an amazing time. And that was it. And we wrapped up. Everybody was cheering like crazy for forever. Then they walk out and they get accosted by a bunch of thugs burning the American flag. Burning the American flag. And you know what they are? They're thugs. Yeah, build that wall. You're right. We're going to build the wall, folks. Don't even think about it. You know, a lot of people, you saw that I've got a lot of endorsements. And Paul Ryan just endorsed me, and Mitch McConnell, and everybody. But we got a lot of support. We have tremendous support. I mean, when you think that, you know, in the history of our party, more votes than anybody that's ever done this before, think of it. You know, think. More than Dwight Eisenhower. I mean, he won the Second World War. More than Ronald Reagan, who we all love. More than anybody. And we got a lot of endorsements. And we're very popular now within the party. And polls are coming out showing we're doing very well and winning in some cases. The Fox poll came out a few days ago, and we're winning by 3 points. We're winning. We're beating Hillary. Did you see? Did you see that phony speech she made yesterday? Every word. And people think, oh, did she speak well? She's got a teleprompter here and there. You ever notice? Bum, 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 bum. Donald Trump is a bad man. Donald Trump has a bad tone. We need a tough tone in this country, folks. We don't need this kind of stuff anymore. She said, I don't like the tone of Donald Trump. That was a while ago. She said, I don't like his tone. And I'm saying to myself, they're chopping off people's heads. They're killing us at the border. Our country's a mess. We have the worst jobs report in 6.5 years. Our labor participation rate, you're talking about decades of a disaster. People are making less money now than they made 18 years ago and working harder. And I'm supposed to have a nice tone. Oh, hello, everybody. How's everything? We're going to bring back our jobs. We're going to take our country back. We're going to run it properly, folks, and you're going to be proud of your country again. And you know they do research. Good. I like that. USA, USA, USA. I like that. I like that. So, California, good place. By the way, I'm going to play heavy in California, right? I think we can win it. You know, I mean, we get crowds like this all over the place. They didn't even give you a hangar. There's no hangar big enough. They don't even give hangars anymore. But it's amazing the kind of receptivity that we have. And every magazine and every newspaper, whether they like us or not, and I say us because honestly, folks, I'm a messenger. Am I doing a good job as a messenger, right? But I'm a messenger. And it's incredible what's happened. And people are saying it's the most incredible political phenomenon. I mean, they're actually saying that they've ever seen. One of the pundits told me the other day, and very strongly, said, you know, it doesn't matter whether you win or lose. The job you've done is so incredible. You came from nowhere. You never did this before. You have fighting 17 governors and senators and professional politicians. I've been fighting them all my life. I like fighting them. But you've been fighting all of these people, and week after week, you're down to 16, you're down to 14, you're down to 12, you're down to 9, 7, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And they said there's never been anything like it. And they said it doesn't matter whether we win or lose. It's been incredible. It'll be in the history books forever. They said it's never happened. Bill O'Reilly said the single greatest political phenomena he's ever seen in his lifetime. And I'm saying, what the hell are they talking about? We have to win, right? We have to win. We didn't come this far to lose. So we're going to play California because I think Hillary is very weak. I think she's pathetic. I think she should be in jail for what she did with her emails, okay? She should be in jail. She should be in jail for what she did with those emails. Let me tell you, you know, she wants to play a little tough. You know, they go back and she polls it. Every word that she said was polled. I don't poll. I don't have teleprompters here, folks. I don't need teleprompters. It's called, like, up here, and it's called memory, and it's called other things. And I speak from here and from the heart, okay? Because that's what we need. And every single thing she said yesterday was polled. And her people wrote it out. And they don't see the teleprompters. And it makes it like, oh, she's saying it. A lot of people didn't see that. They said, oh, they didn't know that. She's reading a script. And she'd read a line. And then she has the phony audience. This is a real audience. She'd have the phony audience. And they have the guy in the back, and he's going, now. And they clap. And these pundits, if I ever did that, I'd be run out of town, believe me. They would get us. But for Hillary, it's okay. And what she said were so many lies. Like, he wants Japan to get nuclear weapons. I don't want them to get nuclear weapons. I want them to pay us the kind of money that we have to have so we don't lose money protecting Japan and Germany and Saudi Arabia. We have to do this. And South Korea. I mean, we're protecting South Korea from the maniac in the north, and we're protecting them. Now, he actually said, you know, I said this. They said, would you mind having negotiations with North Korea? No problem. No, who the hell cares? You have a negotiation. I'm not going there. But you have a negotiation. They say, we will never talk. We will never talk. How stupid are these people? They've been selling our country down the tubes. They've been spending money. Who knows if the talks work? Maybe they will. Maybe they won't. They probably will, if you want to know the truth. Then Putin said Donald Trump is a genius. He's going to be the next great leader of the United States. No, think of it. So they wanted me to disavow what he said. How dare you call me a genius? How dare you call me a genius, Vladimir? Never say a thing. Wouldn't it be nice if we actually got along with Russia? Wouldn't that be good? I mean, is that a bad thing? And I'm not talking from weakness, folks. I know all about negotiating from weakness and from strength. Hillary Clinton is a weak person. Hillary Clinton is totally scripted. Hillary Clinton is a thief, and Hillary Clinton should be in jail for what she did to our national security. I mean, the only problem is I like to run against her, if you want to know the truth. But she should be. What she's done is terrible. So, look, we have a situation. I can't believe it. Look at all the people out there trying to get in. Hello, everybody. Look at those people. Look at that. Look at all those people out there. You guys have all the goodwill. Why? They couldn't have pulled these fences a little bit further out? But you don't want them to come in. You have enough people here, right? See, that's the way life works. Life is vicious. So when we talk about the different attributes, I mean, you look at the word tone, but I'll use a different word. Bernie Sanders said that Hillary Clinton has bad judgment. She has bad judgment. You know, we're in a cyber world. This is now a cyber world. Russia is knocking us off. China is knocking us off. They're stealing so much. What China's doing with our intellectual property, stealing billions. We don't do anything about it during her regime. But you look at what's going on. So here is Hillary, all loused up with a simple email system. And, you know, you ask, why did she do it? I understand why she did it. Because she's a thief. That's why she did it. But I get why she did it. But talk about judgment. How do you have a president with that kind of bad judgment? She could have used the government stuff. She could have taken the government server, assume everybody's listening to you. I always do. Every time I pick up a phone, I assume people are listening, you know. Now, you sue their ass off if they are. If you can find them, you drop a little lawsuit on them and you make them pay, big league. But you know what? For her to do what she did puts our country at risk. She's Secretary of State. She's got people like Uma, who's Weiner, Anthony Weiner. She's the wife of Anthony Weiner. Now, how would you like Anthony Weiner to be having all these secrets? Well, guess what? She tells Anthony Weiner everything there is. I know Anthony Weiner. I don't want him knowing anything, folks, okay? And I never, ever want him to tweet me, right? Does anybody want him to tweet? No, I don't think so. No. She's married to Anthony Weiner. She goes home. Hey, look, folks, that's the way life works. She goes home. She tells him everything. Who the hell wants that? This is not right, all right? It's not right. Now, General Petraeus has suffered greatly. Many other people have suffered greatly for doing far less than what Hillary Clinton did. And you know what, folks? To me, as the woman just said, but she got away with it. It looks like she got away with it, unless I win. And everything will be fair, but we're going to have an attorney general, and the attorney general is going to take a look and see. Because, you know, there's a 5-year or a 6-year statute of limitations. So she really is running for some pretty important reasons for herself. Look, when somebody does something so wrong as that, they have to pay the consequences. She put our nation in difficulty. Did you see her IT specialist? He's taken the fifth. The word is he's ratting her out like you wouldn't believe it, but they want to try and save her. That's not the way the government is supposed to work. They're not supposed to be trying to save her. They're supposed to be doing the right thing. But the press, it never lets up, and it never follows that story. It never follows the real story. So do you remember in Iowa, I made a speech, and I said, you know, let's raise some money for our vets, you know? And I figured maybe we'd raise $500,000 or $1 million or $2 million or something. But let's raise. We end up raising almost $6 million, and I got bad publicity. Can you imagine? This can only happen to me, believe me. I end up raising I have more calls and more emails and more tweets at Real Donald Trump, everybody, at Real Donald Trump. It's actually amazing. You know, if I tweet something, CNN and Fox, all of a sudden they say, we have breaking news. Donald Trump has just made it. I'm sitting there tweeting, bing, bing, bing. Donald Trump has just issued a major statement. It's a weird deal going on here, folks, but we have a lot. You know, we have like almost 9 million on Twitter. We got a similar number on Facebook. On Instagram, like 1.5 million or something. We're soon going to be 20 million people. That's like owning the New York Times without the losses, right? No, it's pretty good. And then they say, you shouldn't use, you know who told me this, my opponents. They have 3 people. They say, you shouldn't use your Twitter. I say, why? That's like in golf, a long hitter. Don't use your driver. We'll use anything we have to win. We're going to win. We got to win. But it's true. So we raised almost $6 million. And the dishonest press, they are so dishonest. Not all of them, but many of them. They are so dishonest. If I would have done nothing, it would have been fine. I said, let's raise some money for the vets. But I'm still glad I did it, because I have gotten more credit from the vets and more thank yous from the vets. We gave it out to many, many groups. I don't even know how many. But, you know, they wake up and they get 100,000 in the mail. They get 150. They get 250. One of them got, I think, $1.1 million in the mail. And they're great. I mean, they're great. They're great people, and they appreciate it. So if they appreciate it, it's fine. But they put the negative spin on everything. No matter what we do, you know, it's funny. The New York Times puts me on what? Oh, get a medic, please. Medic. Okay? Okay, you just take it easy, darling. Take it easy. It's hot out here, right? Right over here, medic. Right over here. Thank you. We love you, man. We love you. Some of these people got here 5-6 hours ago. How's that? She's doing okay. She okay? We want to make sure she's okay. She was here for 5 hours, they say. 5 hours. Some of them here for 7, 8 hours. Hi. We love you. Are you okay, honey? Give her a hand, everybody. Give her a hand. That's great. She's tougher than all of us. And look at the medics and look at the police. What a great job they do, right? Isn't it right? EMT. Give them a hand, by the way. Great job. Thank you, darling. All right, good. She looks like she's in good shape. Thank you very much. That's true, though. The police and the medics and the firemen and women and whatever, the job they do, and they're not appreciated in this country. They're going to start being appreciated again, folks. They're going to start. How's she good? She's good over there? Everything good? That's good. That's good. Thank you, honey. So we're going to do things that haven't been done in a long time. We're going to start winning again. We don't win anymore. We don't win anymore. Even a report like this you see today, it was like a bombshell. They were expecting 150,000, maybe 200,000 jobs. Turns out to be 38,000. And they're bad jobs, folks. You know, everybody, even the other side says, we don't have good jobs anymore. Our good jobs are moving to Mexico, along with the companies that are moving there. They're moving to China, where China's making all our product. They keep devaluing their currency. You know, I had a meeting today, and I must have had 50 Chinese people there, people from China or formerly from China, and they all love Trump. And CNN was there, Jake Tapper was there, and we had an amazing time. They couldn't believe it. And John Dickerson, also a good guy, he was there from CBS. They were doing an interview. They looked outside. Who are all those people? They were people from China that are endorsing Trump. And they couldn't believe it. Nobody could believe it. And there was like love. And I don't blame the Chinese government, and I don't blame the Mexican government. I want our government to be smart. I want our government to get away with the kind of things they get away with. But we have leaders that don't have a clue. And Hillary Clinton's at the top of the list. She's incompetent, let's face it. First of all, she's always got problems. Whitewater, impeachment, lies. He didn't have sex with that woman. 2 months later, he's going, you ever see the clip? He didn't. Then all of a sudden. These are lying people. We don't need, folks, another 4 years of the Clintons. We don't need it. It's a mess. It's a mess. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a strong temperament, not that weak temperament. I don't like his temperament. I don't like his tone. Well, let me tell you, there's nobody with a better temperament than me. I have a temperament for winning. I've won all my life, and we're going to start winning for you, okay? Temperament is very important. It's very, very important. But we need strength. We don't need these weak people. That's all they do. They talk about, well, I think his temperament isn't good. You know, I guess they do polls. They say, how can we get Trump? I really believe I have the greatest temperament there is, and the temperament that this country needs at this time. Now, I could just say, you know, slough it off and say, oh, I have a wonderful temperament. I'm really a wonderful person. Look, let me tell you, I have a tough temperament, but we need a tough temperament. We need a tough temperament. Now, my temperament is totally controlled, so beautiful. I built an unbelievable company. I did so many great things. I mean, I just came in and I read about a school where the Clintons are involved, where they've gotten $16 million, and it's a scam. And I'm hearing, why aren't they sued? Why aren't they sued? They scammed the school. Why aren't they being sued? It's a big story, but, you know, these people don't want to talk about it. Temperament is a very important word. We need toughness in tone. We need toughness in temperament. And frankly, I honestly believe, and I really mean this, I think that Hillary Clinton is unfit to lead our country, certainly at this time. I think she's unfit. She doesn't have what it takes. You're going to go through 4 more years. I call her Obama light. I think it's going to be at least as bad and maybe worse. And think of what I said. They're scamming us with cyber. We're living in a cyber world. And here she is all screwed up with her emails. She doesn't know what the hell is going on. It's a mess. You talk about composure. You talk about temperament. You talk about all these things. Who would be so stupid to do what she did with her emails? I mean, who would be so stupid? So we are going to turn this country around. We are going to do things that are going to make you so proud of your president, but much more importantly, so proud of your country again. Because, you know, when people say, I deal with all these countries. I have great deals in all these countries. I have so many deals. And they laugh. They laugh at us. They say, what's going on? They don't even believe it. Even the people from China this morning, you'll see, because I think it's going to be on CNN, probably on CBS. You'll see. They're saying, no, Mr. Trump is right. He's right. They cannot believe what they get away with. I have the largest bank in the world from China, the largest bank in the world, massive bank. It's a tenant in one of my buildings. I know the people. I mean, they're sort of friends of mine. They tell me, we don't believe we get away with it. You know, they know me. I don't know if they know I'm going to be revealing this, maybe. But they say, we can't believe we get away with it. So we're going to turn it around. Now, a couple of things. We need strong borders. We've got to have borders. Either that or we don't have a country. 16,500 Border Patrol agents 2 weeks ago endorsed me. First time they've ever endorsed a presidential candidate. And I asked them, I said to them, I mean, what a perfect group to ask, as opposed to some consultant that wants to suck you dry with fees that doesn't know anything, right? They know less than that beautiful young woman standing there. They know less, okay? All they know is how to get fees. So I asked them when I was with them, I said, let me ask you, how important is the wall? Just tell me, how important is the wall? Not that I'm going back, because I'm not. But I feel better about it because they say, Mr. Trump, it's vital, especially in terms of stopping the drug traffic that's pouring through the borders. But a real wall, you ever see the wall they have? They take a pogo stick and they go right over the wall. They actually build a little ramp and they go over it with a car loaded up with drugs, and they come back over the same ramp. Not going to be any ramps with my wall, folks. It's going to be a serious wall. It's going to be a real deal wall. It's going to be way up there. It's going to be a big, beautiful wall. And you know what? Someday maybe they'll name it after Trump, but I'd much rather have a statue in Washington, D.C. Let's do a real good job. So look, so we're going to build that wall. Mexico is going to pay for the wall. Going to pay for it. We have a trade deficit with Mexico of $58 billion a year. $58 billion. That doesn't include the drugs that are pouring across the border. And yet we have companies moving into Mexico. They just took the World Golf Championship out of Miami, and they brought it into Mexico. And the people of Miami are furious. They brought it into Mexico. They signed like a 6-year deal where Mexico, they take everything. They take everything because we allow it to happen. But we're not going to allow it. As an example, I use the example of Carrier air conditioning in Indiana. You know, we won Indiana big. Remember, that was going to be the firewall for other people running. And it was a firewall. It was a firewall for me. I won in a landslide. Thank you, Bobby Knight, right? The great Bobby Knight. We love Bobby Knight. And others, by the way. I mean, we had incredible support. Lou Holtz came out, and so many different people came out, and they supported me. And I knew I was going to win Indiana. They kept saying, we're going to win Indiana. Let me tell you what I think. I think, and nobody else, if let's say Ted Cruz won, he wouldn't be here right now. Let's say somebody else won, they wouldn't be here right now. They gave up, always give up in California as a Republican because they say you can't win. I think we can win. I think we can win. So we're going after California. We're going after the state of Washington. We're going after places that no other Republican goes after. Because, you know, we have a little bit of a tighter path. We have a few states that if we don't win them, it's over. Whereas the Democrats can lose numerous states and they can win. So we have a tighter path. But I'm not your typical person. And when we come out, Costa Mesa, we had 31,000 people. They hardly showed that because that was the day the kid was jumping on the police car, breaking the hell out of it. And he probably wasn't arrested. You know, some people arrest. You know, Sheriff Joe Arpaio, you know that. Now, who's tougher at the border than Sheriff Joe? Between that and the Border Patrol, but Sheriff Joe totally endorsed me, right? Nobody tougher than Sheriff Joe. But he told me, and I saw this, they had a couple of people protesting. They put those people in jail so fast, everyone else scattered in 2 seconds. I said, that's the way it has to be done. That's the way it has to be done. We need strength in our country. And I see it. But the thugs last night in San Jose, and then this Democrat mayor gets up. He said, well, I think it was Donald Trump. I don't even say, you know what I say now? When we have a protester inside, which isn't even very often, I say, be very gentle. Please don't hurt him. Take care of him. If he wants to shout, if he punches you in the face, smile as your nose is pouring blood out of it. Be very, very nice. We had a case where we had an African-American guy who was a fan of mine. Great fan. Great guy. In fact, I want to find out what's going on with him. You know what look at my African-American over here. Look at him. Are you the greatest? Do you know what I'm talking about? Okay. So we have an African-American guy at one of the rallies a month ago. And he's sitting there behaving. And we had protesters inside the arena. And they were dressed in a Ku Klux Klan outfit, okay? And they're running around dressed as Ku Klux Klan. And the place is booing them, booing them. This African-American gets up, and, man, he slugged these guys. He slugged them. And by that time, their hat was off because it got ripped off as they were running up the stairs. But this guy, a great guy, I think he was a military guy for a long time, he slugged this guy wearing the Ku Klux Klan outfit. But by the time he got up to the top, you couldn't see it was a Ku Klux Klan outfit. So when the African-American cold-cocked this guy never knew what happened. Everybody thought the African-American was against me, and it was the opposite. He was like this great guy, military guy. We have tremendous African-American support. The reason is I'm going to bring jobs back to our country. We're going to bring jobs back. But when these sleazy people, these dishonest people who never show the crowds, they never, ever show the crowds. When they showed that event, it made it look like the white guy was on my side. The African-American guy said, I had enough. And nobody's going to run through an arena like that. And they reversed it, and it's a disgrace, okay? Let me tell you, while we're on the subject, we are going to bring jobs back to this country. We need our jobs. We're going to make it very expensive for companies to fire everybody and leave. You know, your area has lost 1 in 3 manufacturing jobs over a fairly short period of time. That's a lot of manufacturing jobs. Your crime rate is way the hell up. You know that. I mean, I have these statistics. By the way, they're that way all over the place. When I go to Pennsylvania, we won that in a landslide. When I go to Connecticut, landslide. Maryland, landslide. Rhode Island, landslide. Delaware, landslide. The week before that, we had New York, super landslide. You know what's nice? They know me in New York. They know me. We had 3 people running. I got 62%, won everything. I mean, I won so much, people couldn't even believe it. Way, way above even projections. I knew I was going to win. But isn't it nice, even for you, where the people that know me the best give me a tremendous vote of confidence, and we won it big league. And then you have these guys like Charles Krauthammer. Donald Trump is not at 50%. I got like 12 people running against me in some of these states, right? Ever notice that? Donald Trump. Here's a guy, Krauthammer. He would say, oh, so much. Mr. Trump will not run. This is the finest field of talent ever assembled in the history of the Republican Party. That was before I ran. I listened to Krauthammer say it's the finest group of talent ever assembled in the history of the Republican Party. I looked at my wife. I said, you know, maybe I shouldn't run. Except Krauthammer doesn't know what he's talking about. He's another one. He's overpaid. He's the one, you know, he was the big one for the war. Go into the war. Go into Iraq. Fight like hell. Lose thousands of lives. Spend $2 trillion. Spend $2 trillion. You know what we got? Nothing. You know what we did? We gave Iraq to Iran. And I've been against it. But with that being said, we're going to build our military. So powerful. So strong. Nobody's going to mess with us. Our military is depleted. Did you see those things on Fox and CNN where they had a sort of documentary on what's going on with our flyers, right? We have these great airmen. And what's going on with our equipment? Where one of the airmen said, oh, I used to be so proud. Now what they do for our fighters, our F-16s or F-18s, they have the fighters. They don't have parts. So they go into a plane graveyard. You know, that's where they dump the old planes. And they're stealing parts for our fighter jets. And they're stealing parts from museums where they show the fighter jets. They're going in and they're taking parts because they want to be able to continue to fly. This is the United States. Can you imagine them doing that? And then they spoke to these young pilots, these great guys, and they say, well, what do you think? Well, they're leaving. They're leaving. As soon as their term is up, they're leaving. And they say how sad it is. And they remember how great it was like 15 years ago when he started. This is the United States, folks, and we're never going to be doing that kind of thing again if I'm president. I tell you right now. I'll tell you right now. So we have a lot of things to do, and we're going to do things the right way. Hillary Clinton is not a talented person. She's not a natural. She wasn't meant for this job. She's greedy. She's greedy as hell, and that's, I think, the reason she wants it. But she doesn't have the talent for the job. She's not a natural for the job, and she's just not a natural talent. And honestly, folks, look, beyond me, if you choose Hillary Clinton, this country is going to die. It's going to die. She's not respected by other countries. When she goes, she won't ask. As an example, when I said Japan, look, you know, we may have to walk, but Japan, you got to pay up. You got to pay up. They're going to like me. They're going to pay up. And if they don't pay up, we have to walk. And you know what? They're going to have to defend themselves. That's okay. Okay? Now, I never said nukes. What I'm saying is they're going to have to defend themselves. You know, right now, we have to defend them from North Korea. If anything happens, we have to defend them. You know, though, and I say it to everybody, we defend them, but if something happens with us, we get attacked, Japan doesn't have to help us. Now, think of it. That's our deal. Sergeant Bergdahl. We get Bergdahl. They get 5 of the greatest killers that they have. They've been after him for 9 years. I call him the 5-for-1 president. And that's the same thing with the Iran deal. We gave them $150 billion, and that's the only time we got our prisoners back. We shouldn't have even started a negotiation until we got those prisoners back. And not once did this stiff, he's a total stiff, John Kerry, not once did he get up from the bargaining table and say, sorry, folks, you take care of yourselves, leave the room, double up the sanctions. They would have called you within 24 hours. He gave up every single point. And by the way, the biggest loser in that deal, aside from us, is Israel. Israel is beside themselves over that deal. That deal is a disaster for Israel and a disaster for the Middle East, because you're going to have countries now start to arm up and arm up big. It's a disaster. This is the president that we have. And I believe that Hillary Clinton is going to be worse than Obama, okay? I believe she's got less talent than Obama. She has less natural ability than Obama. And I'm not saying he has much, because he doesn't. But he's got an agenda, folks, because he has to have an agenda. Because nobody can be so stupid, and nobody can make deals like this guy's making. Now, remember this. Remember this. Obama's been talking lately. He's been talking about Donald Trump. And normally I wouldn't want to attack the president. I wouldn't want to say bad. I'd rather not. But once he speaks, like Bill Clinton, he started speaking. Now he's been very quiet lately. Very quiet. But you know what? He started speaking. Once they attack, then we're allowed. So he's going to go out and campaign for Hillary. By the way, he doesn't like Hillary, and Hillary hates Obama. You know that. She's hated him for years. Obama called Bill Clinton a racist. Bill Clinton hates Obama. And I know that for personal fact. But he hates Obama, hates him. The biggest surprise to me is that he made the speech at the convention for him, honestly, because he hates Obama. Hillary Clinton can't stand Obama. But now Hillary will do anything he says. You know why? She doesn't want to go to jail. Do you notice? The president, all of a sudden, they were going to disassociate themselves from the president. All of a sudden, anything he wants, she'll do. Because it seems like they're protecting her. Let's take the word seems out, okay? They are protecting her from going to jail. And she doesn't want to anger the president by saying, I disagree with you on this. So she agrees with just about every single thing that he wants to do. Yes, sir. No, sir. I think she should start calling him sir. Okay? And that's what's happening, folks. We're going to have a whole different thing. Remember this about Obama. I always thought one thing. I never thought he'd be a good president. I thought he'd be a great, really, healer. I thought he'd bring the country together. I thought he was going to be a good cheerleader. He's been a disaster cheerleader. No, I know what she said. It's, hey, a lot of people say that, by the way. But I thought it'd bring the country together. He can't bring the country together. It's not there. He's brought the country and he's divided the country. Wealthy, less than wealthy, white, black. He's absolutely been the great divider. He's been a terrible president. Hillary Clinton will be worse, believe me. She's going to be worse. She's going to be worse. She has a chance of being far worse. I mean, look at the deals. Look at the Libya deal. Look at it. And you know who has that great Libyan oil? It's among the finest oils in the world, right? It's high up. It's sweet. It is one of the fine oils in the world. You know who has it now? ISIS has it. ISIS. Without that raid, you don't have Benghazi. I met with the fiancée of the ambassador who was killed yesterday. She's supporting Trump, a very nice woman. And she tells me stories about Hillary that are unbelievable, unbelievable, horrible stories about Hillary. I mean, I said, are you sure you're supporting me? Because I assumed she'd be like on the Democrat side. And she said, no, I'm supporting you. But she told me stories about Hillary that are horrible, And she said the ambassador was like a great guy. And the death they died, what they went through, was supposed to be beyond comprehension, including the other 3 young people. And remember the ads, the phony ads with Hillary? Who do you want answering your phone at 3 o'clock in the morning? She was sleeping. She was sleeping. She was sound asleep, or who knows what she was doing, but she didn't answer the phone. I say she was sleeping. I say she was sleeping because she's got no energy. I say she was sleeping, all right? I say it was a terrible thing. And Benghazi has never really been picked up like it should be picked up because the press has never picked it up. So here's the story, folks. It's an honor that you're here in this kind of heat. I know a number of you went down. I love you all. But I'll tell you what, you're going to be so happy, so proud. You've got to go out on June 7th. You've got to go out. You've got to go out. You've got to vote. Because we're sending a mandate. That's a mandate. We already won. And we're now ahead by millions and millions of votes above the people that came in second. I won't even tell you who it is. But we're ahead by millions of votes. But the more we have and the bigger the mandate we have, the stronger the movement is going to be. And then most importantly, get every one of your friends. And in November, you have to go and vote. I'll be back. But in November, you have to go and vote. Let me just tell you, we're going to start winning again. We're going to win with our military. And we are going to knock the hell out of ISIS because we have no choice. No choice. And it's going to go a lot faster and a lot easier than people understand. We're going to knock the hell out of them. We're going to have strong borders. We're going to have the wall. We're going to be proud of our country again. We're going to make great trade deals. We're going to get rid of Common Core, bring education locally. We're going to repeal Obamacare. 60%, think of it in Texas, 60%, Blue Cross Blue Shield, 60% increase, 60. And it's going to be worse than that for other sections. November 1st, they have to announce it. Worse. And don't let them take that November 1st announcement and make it December. Because that alone will destroy their chances of winning the presidency. Remember, don't let that happen. Because they're trying to do it. They want to have a later announcement day. So we're going to start winning with so many different elements of life and of our country. We're going to save our Second Amendment. Hillary Clinton wants to abolish it, believe me. She wants to abolish our Second Amendment. We're going to save our Second Amendment. And we're going to win. We're going to win at every single level. I often joke, I have fun, but it's really not joking. It's fact. Where I say we're going to win. We're going to win so much. Friends of mine, I have 3 or 4 friends, great friends in the audience, and I say, they're going to come see me at the White House, Mr. President. Sir, we're winning too much. The people of California, sir, are tired of winning. They don't want to win so damn much, Mr. President. Please Please stop this winning. We're not used to it as a country. We're used to losing all the time. We can't handle it. And I'm going to say, I'm sorry. We're going to win, win, win. We're going to win with trade. We're going to win with military. We're going to win by getting rid of Obamacare and replacing it. We're going to win at the border. We're going to get the wall. We're going to let people come into our country, but they're coming in legally, and they're going to come in, a lot of them. But they're coming in legally. We're going to win so much, and we are going to make America great again. I say greater than ever before. Remember this, folks. America first. We don't put America first. We have these horrible, horrible trade negotiators. I actually think they're not as stupid as people think. I think that they actually want to help everybody else. They want to help everybody but our country. We are going to have a policy of America first. Make America great again. We will do it. Get out on the 7th and vote, and boy, you better vote in November. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, everybody.
In recent years, this country's gone to hell, and the crack's getting bigger on the side of that Liberty Bell. Well, Clinton, Obama, and the Democratic crew sure did a number on me and you. It wasn't my vote, you can blame yourselves for that. But we got a chance to turn things around if you get your butt up off the ground and understand we're all gonna have to work. This big old country was built on sweat, and if we're gonna make it great again, you're gonna get wet. But the first things first, we all gotta vote for Trump. Vote for Trump.